I've got Chris here today. Chris is a friend of the channel. He's been repeatedly in the background. The wrenches that you all have seen out drag racing, a lot of support, a lot of help with the editing where he's criticized my ideals for the better. Definitely the channel needed it in the early days, still does. But he is always there and a good friend, so we're going to do something good for him today. This is 4? His 2004 Fatboy. It's a part of the Softail line, so it's got that hidden rear shock, whereas a lot of the newer ones will have the exposed shocks on each side, kind of like the V-Rod. I know that he has mentioned me in the past when he got this bike that originally the tins were blue, royal blue, and he got a killer deal on these. You remember what you paid for those?
$600, I believe.
So for tins with this awesome flames, you've done Daymaker. The bike already had the bars and the exhaust on it when you got it, and it's just been what, a workhorse for years, and hasn't needed much. I think you said you've done wiring in the bars and tires. Oh, that's it.
Just general upkeep and maintenance, mainly.
But we've had a hard start where it doesn't want to start. It absolutely just eats batteries. It's wild. I've never seen it. And then I've seen it charge up to like 16 volts, I think we saw it putting out. So from what we've looked at, we know that probably the voltage regulator or the stator or both are bad. Most of the time it's good practice to go ahead and replace both. So we actually have a full kit from JP Cycles for oil change, transmission, drive, primary, and I think that's it, other than gaskets and then obviously the electronic parts we need. This is going to be a little different for me because I'm not used to having primary oil. The V-Rod it shares everything. This system's a lot more separate, so it's just something we'll have to pay attention to. But in this video, we're going to take off that primary cover, we're going to get it taken apart, get the stator changed out, voltage regulator, and probably have a few beers. And maybe a guest appearance from the Mega Albino if he decides to show up. Jerry, it's that or I give out your phone number on the internet.
We'll do it.
But we're going to get this started. Also, by the way, you'll get the joke later on when you watch the video.
Terrible.
I told it that, or I told the audience that if you didn't show up like you were supposed to, I was going to release your phone number on the internet.
Oh.
I can't do nothing with you.
Guys, after a little bit of work, got that out, just resting the primary chain, no big deal, leaking oil in Chris's garage, he'll be fine with it. So here is the old one. Obviously you can tell really worn. You can tell it's definitely gotten hot through here. It's lived its life. In comparison, here's the new one. Obviously, I believe these are magnets on the end of the coil, or I'm a little fuzzy on how this works. I swear I'm an electrician. But essentially it just operates with electrical current in and out and pulses, and that's what helps create this. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. We've been doing this for like 2 hours in 2 parts runs. But definitely needed a new one. There's kind of a side-by-side comparison. So now we have to get this through the hole in the cover, get everything cleaned out, get it screwed in, get it looking good. guys, so we got it all cleaned up, all back together, everything torqued to spec. Got the chain tightened to about a 1/2 inch of play per spec, torqued down there. The snap ring back in here. This nut tight, that nut tight, everything's back in the way it was. So now it's time to go ahead and do the gasket. A couple key things to remember. The thread directions are different on front to rear. So you're gonna have to rotate your locking block in and out of place. This is the block I've been using that I've been jamming in to there. That allows you to load up and tighten up on it. The specs on this for the torque specs, I don't remember them off the top of my head, but they're pretty accurate and easy. So I'm just gonna wipe this edge real quick, make sure there's nothing crazy. Ideally, you should take some brake clean to it. This bike already leaks all over the place anyway, so I'm not super worried about it.
All right, guys, so that's the conclusion of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Not really a how-to video, more of just showing and reflecting the work that was done on this Fatboy. I've always liked this Fatboy. It was one of the first Harleys that I got to ride. Real simple things. I mean, just getting that stator. There was some maintenance that needed to be done. It was definitely a part of what we did. The primary oil was really muddy. You could tell there was a lot of clutch material floating around in there. That stator was definitely burned up and in bad shape. A couple small things to button up. We got a little wire splice and a zip tie to throw on it. But other than that, we got 2 repeated starts out of it, where it wouldn't do that before. Just playing with it in the garage. It's midnight here, so we're not gonna go rip it down the street. But as he was playing with the clutch, he found that it was snappier. It wanted to pull a little harder, even just in this space, just trying to move itself. Thoughts?
Should be good. I mean, everything's freshened up, everything's tight. The gaskets and everything definitely needed to have an upgrade, so I feel better about it there. It was due, and now it feels like it's right.
So yeah, so make sure to like and subscribe. If you want to see more Chris, leave Chris a comment. Chris is not crazy about being in camera. This took a lot of convincing. Yeah, Chris was, it's Chris's Tacoma, the gray one. And so I'm trying to get him to take it out in the dirt. He won't do it. But maybe you guys can convince him in the comments. And lastly, want to shout out and appreciate Omega Albino for coming out to support us. He was in the video just briefly, just to say hi. But we will not be putting his phone number on the internet. He's safe from this video. On the next one, maybe. So, thank you guys. Catch you on the next one. That was 3.